What's going on, squad? You're here with the Athletic Gamer, the fittest gamer on earth, back with another Call of Duty World War II video. Today, we're going to be talking about some new things going on within Call of Duty World War II. There has been an announcement from Michael Condrey, who has said some interesting things that we're going to talk about in this video. So the gameplay in the background is that 41 and 4 gameplay that I was telling you guys about in one of my recent live commentaries. So I hope you guys enjoy that. This one was pretty sweet. I had a lot of fun. The Sten is an absolute monster of a weapon, and it's just so much fun to use. But let me start by reading what was said by Michael Condrey, and then we can kind of go in depth and talk one by one about each of the different topics that he went into. So basically, there's going to be some buffs, there's going to be some nerfs, and these are some conversations that have been going around within, I guess, I don't know, maybe meetings or whatever they do over at Sledgehammer or behind the scenes. But let's get started with this. So this is what he said. He goes, "Here's what's on top of our minds currently. Though we haven't committed to any of them yet, let's talk about it. KAR98K. Okay, this is the first thing he says. He goes, it's currently set up to be the second most damaging sniper, in parentheses, to the Springfield by a small margin, but also the quickest scoping time weapon in the class. We're considering an ADS time nerf." Okay, all right, that sounds pretty decent. Okay, so his next topic, he goes into the FG42. He goes, "Did we go too far with the last fire rate nerf? Maybe. It's a great weapon that we want to have as a viable option to other ARs and SMGs. Might need to find a median between where it was and where it is now." His third topic, he goes into the M1 Garand. He says, "Some sentiment of it being OP is mostly coming because of the kill potential at closer ranges. The difficulty of the weapon lies in its recoil when shot rapidly downrange, but you don't really feel the recoil when firing at close range due to the recoil affecting range fights, and more consistent aim assist at closer ranges. May need to adjust the fire rate, pull-up time, and or reload time." And then he goes into the STG. Boys, you already know about that STG, man. We wreck face with that STG. He goes, "I love this weapon, and it's such an iconic World War II assault rifle. It's pretty versatile too, but it may need a slight buff." Bro, he said buff. You heard that correctly, man. He said buff. This dude is out of his mind if he thinks this thing needs a buff. It destroys everybody. But he goes, it might need a slight buff to make it competitive with the BAR, Garand, and FG42. If we buff as noted above, and viable against some of the most used SMGs. So I don't know what he means by "if we buff as noted above." I don't know what that really means, but that's what he said about the STG. He thinks the STG needs a buff, and that just makes me laugh, dude. You guys know we'll talk about it, but he concludes this by saying, "Again, this list isn't meant to be totally comprehensive, nor can I promise that we'll make all of these changes. We do want to hear from you and the proposals. Just please keep it classy and constructive." Okay, so let's go back to the beginning where he's talking about the KAR98K. So I think we all know that the KAR98K is the most ridiculous sniper in the game. Literally, the ADS is out of this world, and I mean, I've picked up this weapon and I've done some serious things with this weapon, and I'm not a sniper by any means. I am actually terrible at sniping, but when I pick this weapon up, it's like easy. It's almost like it kills for you. Like, all you have to do is just scope in and you get the kill. Like, it's insane. And then the rate of, ADS is just, I don't know, man. It definitely needs to get nerfed. I think this thing, the snipers need to have gotten nerfed a long time ago. But I'm happy that this is coming up within these conversations. And then he goes with the FG42 with how they nerfed it. Supposedly, people have talked about how they secretly buffed it, and I've messed around with it. I think they did kind of increase the fire rate of the weapon without telling anybody, because they came out with that big ass patch a few days ago, but they didn't release any patch notes, and things seemed a little bit different within the game, and a lot of people were saying that they buffed the FG42. I think that, I mean, I've picked up the STG, and I think I noticed a lot of changes within the STG, because before it wasn't as strong as what it is now. I think it's something happened, but you know, there's no information to go off of, so it's just all, you know, speculation. But I mean, I don't know, the FG, I think that it would be nice to have it at least usable again. I mean, they did nerf it into the ground. Literally, it's like not even usable. I messed around with it after people were saying that they secretly buffed it, and I couldn't tell too much of a difference. I think they did kind of, maybe there was a fire rate gain, maybe it's a placebo effect, I'm not really sure. I don't know, it's not my favorite weapon anymore, and I couldn't do well with it, so it just wasn't my thing. The M1 Garand, I'm not too much of a fan of the semi-automatic weapons in this game. I actually haven't even touched any of them, but the M1 Garand, I guess, is pretty solid of a weapon. It does have a nice two-shot range, a two-shot kill range, and so yeah, I mean, I can see why they're talking about making some changes to this weapon. I mean, it's got a nice rate of fire if you got a nice trigger finger, and then the STG, I mean, bruh, they're trying to buff this thing, dude. I can't wait for them to buff this. I hope this happens, because if they buff the STG, I mean, we're just gonna be getting unstoppable medals up the wazoo, because this weapon is dirty, man. You put rapid fire on it, it's over with, man. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of these changes, and what you think. What do you think needs to be changed within this game? Do you agree with what they're talking about at Sledgehammer? Let me know in the comment section. I want to hear what you guys have to say. That's it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this gameplay and commentary. The gameplay was freaking awesome. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe if you guys are new to this channel and YouTube. I'll see you guys next time.